Welcome in, folks. This is certainly one of the most interesting, if not the most interesting election cycle we have ever seen. But what about those who are not quite of voting age? They're still talking about this election, and in a big way. I'm talking about our teenagers. So we're here today to give you a kid's perspective. Emma Husk, thank you for compiling this wonderful group of teenagers here. Just kind of introduce us really quickly to who we have here.
Okay, so we have Maddie Hannon. Hi. This is Gianluca Tomasi. I'm Emma Husk. This is Bryce McFadden, and then Rosemary Colin. Rosemary and I are Democrats. Bryce is undecided Republican. Maddie is an undecided Republican, and Gianluca is also an undecided Republican.
So, you know, typically elections are really about the issues, whether it's healthcare or education, or maybe terrorism or abortion rights. From your perspective, has this campaign been about the issues, or has it been about other things?
I think it's taking away from the issues, which is really what's important, and it's making it about who's saying the right thing and who said what, who did what, and I think that's not what a presidential election should be about, and the candidates aren't really exemplifying what a leader should be.
And to that point, like, it's more about judging the character of the candidates rather than their stances on the issues. Like, you should take into consideration their stances on the issues, but who do you want representing our country is more what it comes down to.
So let's talk about that character piece for a minute here. But let's start first with Donald Trump. I know we have some video of him, and recently he was caught having quite a disparaging conversation about women. I want you to listen to this and then react.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the you can do anything.
And that really caused a lot of backlash. So from your perspective, has that changed the conversation when it comes to how you address one another? Or maybe if you hear guys talking about a girl, do you kind of put them in check?
Well, as a guy, like, that's just not how you talk about a woman. It's just not okay, and I'm sure Gianluca would agree with that.
I mean, like Bryce was saying, as a man, you really can't talk to a woman like that. You got to treat them with respect, and I don't think that Donald Trump has really done that.
Yeah.
So.
And we've seen some instances where he, you know, is struggling with the female vote as it is. But in that particular case, let's listen to what he had to say, because he certainly did apologize for that conversation.
I apologize to my family. I apologize to the American people. Certainly, I'm not proud of it, but this is locker room talk.
Locker room talk. But taking into account he's running for the president of the United States, and let's keep it in perspective, this happened many years ago. What does it do to you when you hear him apologize and say, it's locker room talk?
I think the thing is that anybody can apologize for anything, but the fact that he did say that, even though it was several years ago, like, it shows his true character, and it's hard to support someone who demeans women, and it's not locker room talk. That's a totally different thing. It's putting down women. It's like subjectifying them. I don't know. It's not appropriate.
I don't think that it being locker room talk justifies him saying that, because he's supposed to be someone that girls and everyone, all the kids in America should, like, look up to. And justifying it by saying it's locker room talk is almost saying, like, hey, it's okay to, like, say these things. And as a Republican that's a woman, it makes me call into question my commitment to the Republican Party.
Rosemary, do you have any feedback on
Yeah,
this?
I think there's a line between locker room talk and, like, just being plain disgusting. Like, the locker room talk is like, okay, yeah, I'm with my guys, I like this girl, or I think she's pretty, but talking about her vulgarly and, like, saying, like, you put yourself on women who don't want you, that's where the line draws between locker room talk and just being vulgar. And I don't agree with what he's saying at all, because I feel like it's not appropriate to say that in any matter, no matter who you're talking to.
Okay, I want you to listen to this and then react.
If Trump is a sexual predator, that is...
He's not a sexual predator.
Okay,
you
that's
can't
your
say
opinion.
That.
I'm not taking a position
defend
on
that
it.
statement.
I'm not
sick
taking a
and
position
tired of
on
people like you using language that's inflammatory, that's not true.
You can take your anger issues and spend some time working on them, Mr. Speaker. Thanks for being
And
here.
you too. And you too.
Guys, jump in here. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, like, that was like indescribable. Like, the fact that he can, like, see something and, like, that's there and not acknowledge the fact that it's there. Like, he might not be, like, a sexual predator, but he's made sexual advances on women who've said either no or have not put interest in him.
And I don't know, just between the defendants defending each candidate, it's such a divide between if you support Hillary or if you hate Hillary, if you support Trump, if you hate Trump. It's really, like, shown I don't know, just the divide between people and kind of separated people, like, within the debate.
There were other parts of this, though, that really, I think, were troubling from a journalistic standpoint, at least, because that type of exchange between an anchor and a speaker is, I don't want to say it's unheard of, but it was a little bit uncharacteristic of what we've normally seen. You know, he basically said that she was obsessed with sex. He's, you know, agitated, and she tells him to deal with his anger issues. How does that come out, and how does that play out in your minds, in your ears?
Well, it's definitely not a normal exchange on television, but that's just like the way that this debate has gone. It's anything but normal, I think, and just the exchanges that the candidates have had in that exchange right there, it's just unprofessional in my opinion.
Now, we also want to talk about Hillary Clinton and the email scandal that has plagued her entire presidential campaign here. We'll talk about that after the break.